as Bobby Robson never tires of stressing, they've won nothing yet. But the players could collect their first trophy by tomorrow. The Professional Footballers Player of the Year, 3 Ipswich players are in the final 6. John Walk, whose tally of 30 goals in 47 games is remarkable for a midfield player. Paul Mariner, who's led the forward line with such panache and scored 21 goals. And Franz Tyson, the player they call Sam, because he looks like TV cop Sam McLeod, but whose all-round ability is inimitable. Steve Archibald of Spurs is also in the last 6, understandably so, after scoring 23 goals already in his first season in the English League. Spurs have lost only once in the last 15 games. They need the points in a bid to secure a UEFA Cup place, and they were the last side to beat Ipswich, and indeed they put 5 goals past them. With centre-half John Lacey still injured, they keep the side which drew with Stoke in midweek. With Steve Perriman in midfield, in 14 years with Spurs, there's not much he hasn't done. He prefers playing at the back, but surrounded by international talent, for and against, his aggression and leadership will be important here. Well, another award this week to Bobby Robson, Manager of the Month for February, in which Ipswich won all 5 games. The referee here is Ray Toseland from Market Harborough, about to start yet another special occasion here at Portman Road, on a pitch which has certainly taken a battering, with Ipswich Town in the white shorts to kick off. There's very little wind. The pitch has taken a battering, but so too have Ipswich in the last few games and days, and so too does Galvin there. And Osman, who's very close, of course, to suspension already with 18 points, must have been close there to a booking. But as you were saying, Ipswich have been under a lot of pressure. They seem to have stood up to it quite well, but Spurs have come here to attack because they say that's the game they play best, the game they know best, and they feel they've got a very good chance as Archibald goes in on this one. Butcher gets it. 2 sides with tremendous goal-scoring ability. Butcher wasn't, Brazil rather, wasn't offside, but he couldn't actually make the run forward. Hoddle drives it forward. I think that was aiming for Crooks, who was on his way, but he couldn't possibly get there. Brazil a touch on, Mariner will chase it, putting McAllister in 2 minds. Good piece of thinking there by Mariner. Mills and Tyson. In for Gates, McAllister behind him. Gates across, a tricky one, it's in! Eric Gates, number 100 for Ipswich Town. And I think he'll admit that he was originally intending a cross, but it doesn't matter. It's a very, very good turn away from McAllister. Good sprint, a drive, and the goalkeeper's on the near post. It's over his head and into the net. So, really, their first assault on the Spurs goal. 8 minutes gone only. Eric Gates, number 13 of the season, 100 for Ipswich. Paul Mariner in the dugout there, getting some treatment, I think, to a knock on his back. Mills here, Brazil on that right touchline. Archibald really after him, and Mills goes down with a knock on the face. And a free kick to Ipswich, with Mills, the Ipswich captain, still down. Well, Mariner's back on the field, but now it's treatment for Mick Mills, as he went into a very tight situation. Archibald's really fighting hard to get a hold of it. Then there's a bang as McAllister comes over and Mills goes down. Well, he looks a little bit groggy there as he goes off the field of play for the moment. The substitute, Kevin O'Callaghan, strips off. The free kick is taken and offside against Mariner. Well, let's just read the injury list. Mariner seems to have recovered. Mills hasn't. Bobby Robson is counting the cost down there, and it could be considerable. For the moment, they're deciding whether to bring the substitute on or not. But meanwhile, it's Spurs in possession. Ardile is dribbling there. Osman getting in the way, but a little bit laxly. It's Walk to get a foot to it. Spurs in possession. But the bad news for Ipswich is that Mick Mills is leaving for the dressing rooms. There's a problem there. Looks the way he's holding his arms as if he might have damaged a shoulder. Well, he's got a blow in the face. And there's a bit of panic in the Ipswich penalty area. And slackness there by Mariner, but the flag is up for offside, which is just as well for Ipswich. And not much to the liking of the Spurs supporters behind that goal. Well, for a moment then, a lull. 25 minutes gone only. Kevin O'Callaghan. Sixteenth time he's come on as substitute. 8 full games. But it does mean, of course, a reshaping of the Ipswich side. With Walk, it seems, going to fullback. Well in by Hoddle. Good challenge by Arnold Muren. Away by McAllister again. McCall pumping it back. But looseness in both sides, the way they clear it from the back. But this is better for Spurs. Handball, the cry, but no, says Mr. Toseland. And there was a kick by Galvin on O'Callaghan. A great attempt there. Cleared, not off the line, but certainly stopping it from going in by Houghton. Great attempt by Tyson. While he was hobbling on the touchline, Tyson came very close with that direct shot with Danes out of goal to score in the second for Ipswich. Houghton doing a fine covering job. And Galvin there on the assault down the left. Good cross. Crooks to Ardiles. And Archibald. Well, that was an opening. A man with 23 goals, I think, should have hit the target, although there were certainly players blocking his view. Galvin, a good ball. And unselfish play here by Crooks. Ardiles can't get through, so he sets it up for Archibald. Now, did he have a decent target or not? Quite reasonable. Ball to Muren. Mariner goes down the left. It's Miller behind him. Gates. Muren, and some tackles are coming in hard and fast, and another player goes down. Well, we've had some really harsh stuff coming in from behind. Let's see how, in fact, Arnold Muren was hurt here. He's trying to get away. Tackle from Miller is really through his legs. And right under the referee's nose. O'Callaghan. Tyson. Gates, and out there is Muren on the left-hand side, but playing it more safely to Butcher, then looking for Muren. Gates. Nice play, but Spurs continue to work hard. That's Perryman again. O'Callaghan. Roberts and Crooks coming to him. This is Tyson. What a challenge that was. But the flag was up for offside by Tyson. That was the first infringement, but then there's a booking. Well, Tony Galvin incurred the wrath of the crowd and a warning from the referee after that challenge on O'Callaghan earlier, but now it is a booking. Osman. Callaghan is wide on the right here. He tries to get one through the middle. He does. To Tyson. It wasn't offside. And he's hurt. Gosh, they're taking some knocks here. Ball, long one through the middle. Tyson well clear of McAllister, the last man, apart from the goalkeeper. Takes a knock as he hits it over the bar. Is fouled, and he stays down. Well, Spurs, I'm afraid, have got a history of goalkeepers being hurt. Daines comes a long way for this one. Mariner's up there with him, and certainly gets a bang, and Daines stays down. And there's a free kick against John Wall. Perryman trying to find Houghton out there. Brazil coming back to cover. Hoddle is square behind him here. Ipswich mark up on the edge of the area, but Spurs have a lot of players forward. It's up to Hoddle now. Doesn't succeed. And it comes to Muren. Mariner goes down the left. It's him against McAllister, with Spurs bring a lot of players back fast. And down he goes. It's got to be a penalty. That was crazy for Spurs. It was 1 against about 5. And Mariner drove into the penalty area. McAllister went after him and brought him tumbling down quite unnecessarily. Into injury time and penalty taking time. John Wall against Daines with an injured shoulder. Well beaten. The shoulder really hurts now, I bet. John Wall does it again. His 10th success on the penalty spot. His 31st goal, and just at the time that Ipswich needed it. Great confidence there. Well, Spurs really must be kicking themselves. They'd knocked Ipswich out of their stride, but they've come right back into it with that goal from John Wall. Up goes Mariner with McAllister as the whistle blows for the end of really a fairly spicy first half. So it's